So there's this viral clip of a grown man slapping this young girl in the mouth for bullying his son. There is a whole bunch of stuff to unpack here, but I thought I should chime in on this because this has everything to do with mindset. So you definitely want to listen to the whole video because look, I'm going to tell you that there's a way to deal with situations like these. But first, let me show you what happened.
My son, you can't say. You can't say that one to my son, okay?
Okay, bye-bye. Yo! Call the cops right now! Call the cops right now!
Now, this is a situation where life decided to respond to this young woman. Not everybody is going to play by the rules. And this is something that I teach my kids all the time. You have to understand that if you are purposefully annoying someone, if you're purposefully bullying someone, if you're purposefully trying to get under somebody's skin or whatever the case may be, most people may deal with it. But at a certain point, there is going to be somebody who responds, and it's not going to be pretty. Now, first of all, we're going to dive into the mindset of this young chick. Is a problem. This is the essence of a character that is a problem in society right now, because this is not the first time that I've seen a character of this nature that has been responding like this. And unfortunately, in peaceful times, characters like these are created. So you gotta really be careful with how you deal with these particular situations. The first thing, the woman, the little girl, she is a product of an environment that has been coddled. She's the product of an environment that she feels a certain type of way about living, about her existence, about the way that she's been moving through life. And there are things that she's seen that there are no consequences to. There are things that she's done that she has not received consequences for. And this is not solely on the parents, y'all. This is on us as a whole. This needs to be understood for it to be eliminated or to at least be addressed. This is on everybody. This dives into the whole mentality of like participation trophies and let them be them, and switching up the roles of a human being, and the whole idea of everything must be accepted and pronouns and all of this stuff, because people are getting away with the most ridiculous things. And what that is showing, these very brilliant, because she's a smart girl, that's the only reason why she understands this on a different level and decides to do this. These type of individuals are actually brilliant. And the reason why she knew she could tell this individual, this man, okay, bye-bye, is because she knew that 9 times out of 10, nothing was going to happen to her. She was very solid in that fact. That can create craziness. That can create an insane person, okay? A diabolical person. Because if they recognize the parameters and they understand that there aren't any consequences, they push the boundaries as far as possible. And that's what she was doing in this instance. She pushed the boundaries as far as possible. Again, why? Because we're looking at all of the stuff that we're allowing right now in society. There has to be lines drawn. There has to be definitive lines drawn on specific things, and especially things that are biologically correct. That's the major hang-up, one, that I have with this.
You know why the majority of the internet is siding with that father who slapped that little girl because the little girl bullied his son? Because, deadass, this is what happened. All right. So you see, the father, he had his son, right? Right here, whatever, right? He's trying to tell the girl, who is like right here, yo, stop bullying my damn son. And you see, it could have stopped there if she was all like, damn, I'm sorry, I'll stop. Right? But you know what she did in the video? Okay, bye. She went like this to crouch down, to talk to the boy, to bully him more in front of the father. That's why he slapped the shit out of her. Rightfully so.
The other thing is the lack of self-control on the parent side, because what happens now is the man shows his son that it's okay to put your hands on a woman. Here's my stance on that. If somebody puts their hands on you, then they're asking hands to be put on them. That's first thing I'll say. Second thing I'll say is that there is a diplomatic way to deal with these type of situations. And I don't agree with what the father did. I don't think that was the best solution. However, that was how life decided to respond to that young woman at that particular time, because not everybody, again, is going to play by the rules. So with that being said, did she get what she deserved? Blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go into that. We're going to go into she reaped what she sowed. She kept sowing a seed, and that's what the reaping was. That's what ended up happening. There's a cause and effect for every action. There's a reaction, and that's what ended up happening. She did multiple actions, which caused a buildup that ended up leading to this action. That's what I'll leave that at. However, the father needed to go make a stand, explain to her why that was incorrect. Explain to everybody else why that was incorrect. Have a very solid stance, and then proceed to help coach his son on how to deal with that situation better. That was the correct course of action. He's gonna have to show his son this is how you deal with certain people of this magnitude, because there are people, not just that little girl, there are people that act like that little girl in a variety of different situations. Also, the rise of social media, and people were laughing in the background, and she had an audience that fueled the fire. But what I'm telling you is that the father needed to help his son to maneuver through that situation without violence. That would have been the greatest impact that he could have had, because she has a whole learning experience that she has to go through. If it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else. If he didn't hit her, somebody else was going to end up doing it. I'm explaining that it shouldn't have been him because he needed to teach his son. That was the main idea of what should have happened in that situation. It was a teaching moment for his son to deal with people like this in the world. So what we need to do, y'all, is we need to stop playing games with very definitive things in life. Like, if you look at a boy and you look at a girl, there's a very definitive thing there. One is one type of human species, the other is the other type of human species. Definitive. The main idea is to ensure that the teaching is what has to be impactful, not the situation, not the retaliation, because that's not what we're supposed to do. We don't retaliate to situations with violence. That is never the situation. We need to be diplomatic in these type of situations, and you need to help not only the audience, but who you're teaching. You need to help them understand how to navigate through these type of situations without violence. There is a way. And even though she may have still done what she was going to do, the man would have planted a seed in the audience, which is what we need to do. It's not something that you can deal with and it's going to abruptly happen and make a change immediately, especially in a confrontational situation like that. But what we need to do is conduct ourselves properly, plant the seeds, and let God make it grow. That's all I got for y'all. I wanted to chime in on this situation. Let me know how you feel. Trust me, I get it, man. I get it. That was wild. But look, just always remember that mindset matters more than anything else. Okay, mindset matters more than anything else, y'all. I promise you. I want to say that until my last dying breath. So look, help us out, y'all. All right, go to the website, www.mindsetmattersmore.store, and you can take a look at some gear. We got some gear on the website. If you like what I got going on, if you want to support. Also, if you want to sign up for the email list, get some good information, got blog updates, got email, very tailored health, mental, spiritual information that will be sent out to you. Go to www.mindsetmattersmore.net and check that out. Do all of the above, y'all. Help us keep going. Like, subscribe, all of that, so you can help us build. Let's get it.